Hello and welcome to episode 13 of the Twin Tail Studios podcast.
I'm Adam. I'm Adam.
I'm Brady Sadler, and this is my brother Adam who interrupts me. And this is part 2 because our first one got a little screwed up.
We did record. We recorded a playthrough video of. Sorry, I'm wearing my festive sweater here. Is it festive?
It's not very festive.
Well, it's wintry.
I'm wearing the same. I think it's like the same cardigan I've worn.
He doesn't change clothes.
Every video I have different shirts on, but the same colors.
We recorded first of all, it's the week before Christmas, so this is like our holiday special, I guess. We recorded an episode.
Feliz Navidad.
Basically the day after the Game Awards, whenever that was. It's like 2 weeks ago.
No, it was because the Video Game Awards. This is the week after. It was last Thursday because we recorded.
Well, we recorded
the day after.
We got our demo kits for Mouse Light Adventures. You've probably seen an overview video that we posted online.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go check out subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that little bell, and get your notifications because it's awesome.
We sent out some copies to some content creators, so hopefully we'll see some videos from them. We have a couple extra copies left that we're still looking for people for.
By this time, this airs because this is right now. It's a Friday. This airs on Tuesday. Secret Cabal should have their copy. The One Stop Shop should have theirs. The Co-op Shop.
Putting people on the spot where they have to actually do something with it.
No, they don't. I told them there's no time limit, but I'm just saying who has them. I know the Co-op Guild. Steve from the Co-op Guild has his. And then, Paul Grogan from, I think it's Gaming Rules, !
It's an Alex copy. Did you mention?
Yeah, Alex. Did you call him out? Alex Radcliffe on, what's his channel called?
Board Game Co.
Board Game Co. He's
being a smart. Anyway.
I don't know any channels.
Anyway, we recorded a gameplay through, and Brady spent immediately after recording that playthrough, we did a podcast, and we used the same setup. But Brady spent a whole day or weekend editing this stuff, and he didn't even tell me or show me the video first where it's completely blurry and out of focus. I'm like, why were you wasting time editing this? Because it looks horrible.
I'm not a video person.
You watch videos.
I know, but listen to what I'm saying though, because the software I use, which is not good, it's called Clipchamp. It's like the built-in Microsoft editing, and every time I do videos, it's kind of compressed videos. So I don't take that what I see at face value. I usually assume it's going to look better when it exports.
If it was me, I would have done a test export to make sure it looked good before I wasted a whole weekend editing. But that's just me.
I guess it's good practice because I'm not really that good at video editing. So I got to I made the following overview video. I had a lot of the stuff already kind of, all the graphics made up. So it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't an enjoyable process because I don't like video stuff. Once we hit the big time and Mouse Light Adventures, which is on GameFound right now to preview, once it does great, then we can hire somebody to do videos. You forgot to turn the light on again. You're gonna be dark. I'm nice, well lit. I'm in Hollywood right here, and you're over there in Hoboken,
New Jersey. I bet people. I don't think people would like that if people who are from there.
I don't even know what that is. Is that New Jersey? I just heard that word in the show.
I would say I could see if I'm dark, but we don't have a monitor right now, so I have no idea what this video looks like. So
hopefully we're recording. You can check to see if we're recording while you turn the light on, and I'll recap what we've been doing at the studio lately, and you can chime in once you're finished doing what you should have done before we started airing. Like Adam mentioned, we've been pretty busy with the Mouse Light Adventure demo kits that came in. We're also coming up on the premiere of our trailer. We're doing a professional trailer for the game, which is really cool. Hopefully,
spoiler.
I think. Well, I mean, I don't think it's anybody who listens to this deserves the spoilers. They should know what they're.
I'm joking, but yeah,
I never prescribe to the whole shadow drop stuff. I'm going to shadow drop everything. It's I don't really care. It's I'd rather people be excited about something.
You guys might be surprised that Brady likes to talk about things he's doing.
I like making things. Yeah, I like making things, and I like generating excitement. It doesn't always work, but
great. This
Loxley, my cat. For those of you who are tuning into our video podcast on YouTube, you'll see frequent appearances by my cat Loxley, who loves to sit on Adam's lap.
He's been pooping in the basement for a week now.
There's probably some kind of cat condition. I haven't looked into this yet because I don't really study cats. Yeah, well, besides being stupid. like some kind of litter box anxiety or something, because we have like 5 litter boxes. We all set up around the house to kind of
Litter box confusion. Too many litter boxes.
Yeah. Well, he just doesn't want to use any of them apparently, and I think Raken might be kind of territorial and like attacks him when he tries to poop or something. I don't know, but now he's pooping on the floor.
You say Adam's pooping on the floor?
Now he's pooping on the floor. Adam poops on the floor too.
So anyway, all that being said about the videos, we had a gameplay video we wanted to show and like a podcast. So we're delayed a little bit. Refilming this, re-recording this podcast. Right in time just before the holidays, which is great. But we probably will not be doing another gameplay video anytime soon because I don't think we did it justice. I don't think
we're not set up entirely for it.
It was like an hour long, and it's like I don't know if people want to watch us play a game for an hour. And it was only Act 1 because we were explaining things a lot. And
I think presenting games is a skill set, and it's not something that we aspire to. Well, I mean, like a separate skill set, because like we can make games, but we're not necessarily the best at like always selling those games or pitching those games
or explaining them even. Like I don't like demoing games at like conventions. I just don't enjoy doing that normally. So it's just something.
So I wouldn't be waiting with bated breath for the Sadler Brothers gameplay playthrough. We might do like a live stream or something sometime if people want it, and we're happy to put out whatever content people want. But there's gonna be plenty, I think, from other content creators who are much better at it than we are. So we'll see.
But anyway, the demo kits look great. They came out fantastic, and I'm very proud of them. I think it's probably some of the best demo kits we've ever done for ourselves, games we've been involved with. So people who are getting them to cover, they should be pleased. Hopefully enjoy it.
Yeah, and I apologize because a lot of the content creators have to kind of pass it along because we could only print 10 of these things, so they're really well produced and they're not cheap. So
next, I mean, if it goes well, the next game we do, we'll probably try to do like maybe 15 or 20. We would have loved to have extra copies to send to our VIPs, our very important playtesters, because they've been playing this game so much on Tabletop Simulator and they've been enjoying it, but I think they would love it so much more. Like, at least in my experience playing it on the table, it's a
totally different feeling. Like getting to hold a hand of cards is so much more satisfying than like trying to flip through your hand of cards virtually on Tabletop Simulator. But
so if we somehow have extra copies, I would like to send them to you guys. So hopefully
we should, because I'm getting some of them back, so we should be able to have some on hand.
But hopefully it won't matter because you'll have final copies of the actual game next year anyway.
Early next year.
Assuming things go well. But anyway, I mentioned before all that stuff that we filmed after the Video Game Awards, and that was a quite an impressive display. Like, I always get excited about video game preview shows and things like that, 'cause I like watching, seeing what's come up next. But the last few years, I thought the Video Game Awards were kind of disappointing for me. There just wasn't a lot of things I was excited about. A lot of the reveals felt very samey.
Aside from the reveals, is there something I'm missing? Because I feel like there's like a lot of quote unquote controversy about the Video Game Awards, and I don't really understand it, like how it's ran, or like
controversy how,
I don't know. Like I haven't looked into it. I
know people are complaining about, like, I think it costs like $1 million for
I've heard that, but I thought it was more like about the host, or like how he manages it. I don't know, but
I think the host is pretty well respected in the industry. I think
it might have just been in regards to like what they charge for having a spot, like a 30-second spot or whatever. But apparently this year, they were like, because I listen to a lot of podcasts, like video game podcasts, and apparently some people don't like the whole, and the winner is, and they announce the winners like back to back. I love that because I don't want to hear acceptance speeches.
Every time they bring somebody to talk, I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear this. It's not like I don't want to.
I almost, no matter how much I respect like creators and writers, developers, all this stuff, I don't want to hear if I won an award, I wouldn't want to give an acceptance speech. I would go up there and say, thanks, you guys rule, and I'd walk away.
But video games are becoming more mainstream, more of a production. They're becoming like movies in their own right. In some respects, they have like professional actors coming working on them and stuff like that. So there are lots of things that came up with the Video Game Awards.
What was your favorite?
Top of the list, I think there are a lot for me, but top of the list was something I talked about on the last episode of the podcast, where I heard this rumor about Diablo 4 going to get like a Shadow Drop Paladin announcement, and I was doing research about rumors and stuff like that, and there were all kinds of naysayers saying, you guys are setting yourself up for disappointment. There's no way that Blizzard's going to drop a new class out of nowhere. But for those watching or following what's going on in video game world, not only did Blizzard reveal the next expansion for Diablo 4, which is the Lord of Hatred. They also showed a little cinematic, and immediately I saw this guy shoveling, and I saw his tattoos and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god, that's a paladin, that's for sure. And he's like digging up armor, and they showed this paladin in this cinematic trailer, and they said if you pre-order the expansion, you could play the paladin that night. And that's exactly what the rumor I heard was going to happen, and it came true. I was thrilled. I bought the expansion immediately, and I started updating the game. I didn't start playing because it was like 11:30 at night, and I'm too old.
Late.
I'm too old to, I didn't want to get started, and then I thought there might be
not even the
servers being down or something.
Keep you past,
but I woke up
11.
First thing in the morning. I woke up and I was playing Paladin on Diablo 4, and I was like, oh, I'm loving it. So I've been playing Diablo 4 every day since then. Loving the Paladin. They did it perfectly. Like everything about the Paladin is almost perfect for me. I think my only real complaint is that my Paladin has a flail, which is awesome, but I never use it. My character never uses his weapon. He's always throwing magic spells and stuff, but I don't actually ever swing the weapon.
No, I mean, I don't think you took my complaint that seriously, because I remember when I first started playing the rogue, every rogue build I had, I never used the bow, and I couldn't unless I.
But it was on your back though. That's cool though. It looks cool.
It's just like I don't need, but it's not always on my back, because if I drop caltrips, he pulls the bow out for some reason. He's not firing caltrips.
He shot the caltrips.
No,
with
he
his
did.
bow.
He does it, so you can watch him jump back. And also, I noticed when you use stealth. Right now, I have stealth on my tree, and when I use stealth, he pulls his bow out and he's sneaking. It's why does he need the bow? I got daggers. I'm a dagger build guy.
Yeah, well, that's a little minor though. But I think it's weird. I'm always carrying my flail, but then I put it away to start throwing my hammers, and then I pull it back out again. It's I never actually use it.
Is that the main weapon? Because I forget if they limit you. Because
for paladins,
for weapons in general,
well, you can use almost anything. He's axes and swords and maces and stuff like that. It's just flail was the new
I never even thought of that because I only ever use daggers. Because rogues can also use swords, but is it just swords and daggers?
I think they can also use maces. And axes. I think.
Why don't I ever get drops then? Because I never equip them, or I've never gotten any drops besides swords and daggers.
Maybe they don't. I thought they did, but I know they expanded the arsenal. Like sorcerers can now use swords and maces. So I thought rogues could use a bunch of stuff too.
I hate to go down a big Diablo hole here. But did you see that text I sent you of Beast in Black? That song they had, an official Diablo song?
Yeah, I've never heard it before. I mean, I
love that band. That's crazy. I don't know how they did that.
But yeah, just to finish up the Diablo conversation, the expansion Lord of Hatred is kind of continuation of the Mephisto storyline, and the expansion adds not only the Paladin, but they also are adding another class, which they haven't announced yet. The expansion comes out in April.
It's Oracle, right? Oracle or the Seer.
But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a darker class, like a cultist or a sword, a dark magic.
Hopefully it's something I can try, because I'm fine playing the rogue. I've played rogue every season, and it's the perfect style of character for me. But it'd be cool if it was something I could try that'd be exciting, because none of the other classes excite me.
The other cool thing about the expansion is it goes into the region Skovos, which is I guess it's the birthplace of the Amazons. And so there was rumors about the next class being an Amazon, but then it's they wouldn't do two back-to-back throwback classes, and plus
also the whole, because
only female.
Yeah, because every class so far you can be a male or a female. Would they allow for some sort of male version of an Amazon? Because it's that's a woman tribe, it's a
I honestly think that's one of my favorite things about Diablo 4 from a design perspective, is they're really into the character fantasy, and so you basically can make your character look however you want, generally. Body size is a factor where the druids can only be big bulky guys, so you can't really change your body shape, but you have an armory full of any kind of armor you find in the game. You can, when you just go to the blacksmith to salvage it, you get that look in your armory or your wardrobe, and you can apply that look to your guy, so you can kind of make your guy look however you want. You can put different color schemes on them. So right away when I made my paladin, I can go in there and I had all this armor to choose from and made him look really awesome. So yeah, I'm loving it. I can't thank Blizzard enough for actually listening to
Can I edit
me.
Can I edit the golden arches every time you say that? Because that's the third time you said I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Is it?
Well, I think it might be the second, because you said it early on talking about the.
if you want to spend the time editing,
I think I might get sued or something. We'll get slapped with.
They're not making money off of it. I mean, they'd probably be fine, advertise for us. I don't care. So. Yeah.
Oh, what was my favorite?
Well, that was number one. I have more, but you go ahead and you can.
I don't know if I made a list, but I think this is noteworthy, even though it's almost boring at this point. But like they had the whole official confirmation that Leon is going to be a playable character in Requiem. And like I've said before, like I'm probably a broken record with this, but like it's really hard for me to stay excited about new Resident Evil games. As a huge old school Resident Evil fan, I still like, I've been playing, I got my brick hammer here. I've been playing Resident Evil 2, the original. I've been playing Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on here. And I mean, tank controls aside, still just like, whenever I log into one of those games, it's like, I feel like, oh, I got to play this whole thing. And I just end up playing the whole thing to beat it. And such a good feeling. I love those games. But the newer games, like I'm never excited about, I'll end up playing them because I just feel like I need to experience them because I'm, such a Resident Evil fanboy. But every time they do like a tease about it, I'm like, whatever. But I think the cool thing about the Leon one is it has a little reminiscence of Resident Evil 6, which everyone hates. I like Resident Evil 6. I loved playing.
Is that the one that was like the action movie? Like
it was super like big Michael Bay action.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
it was a little much for me, and I think like none of the character, like I think Leon's story, him and I think it was Helena was the character's name. Their campaign was probably the best because it was like really grounded.
I thought it was Ada.
No, Ada has her own campaign with Ada's with I forget who she's teamed up with in that because it's
Carlos.
No, it's Sherry and then Albert Wesker's kid, Jake Wesker, or whatever his name is.
Jake Busey.
I forget all the different team ups with who was with Leon with. Leon was with another.
You had, I don't know. It's probably
it was Helena, whatever. Anyway,
nobody cares.
Yeah, that's a whole different rabbit hole. But anyway, the whole Leon reveal for Resident Evil Requiem got me a little excited because it's going to have some of that action, and it's a returning fan favorite character. I was never a big Leon fan. I mean, he was fine, but like I never got super. I was more of a Chris Redfield guy. I want to see more Chris Redfield because he was terrible in Resident Evil 7. And then Resident Evil Village, he was a little better, but like they keep changing his appearance. I don't know why they keep like trying to retcon how he looks or whatever. So, but that was one of the other ones. I was hoping for a multiplayer reveal, like a Resident Evil Outbreak, mode for Requiem, but we'll see. They're going to have like another Resident Evil.
I still can't believe that they haven't remade Outbreak yet. Like that's nowadays with live service games and stuff like that. Like that's a no-brainer, man.
Another side tangent, but like they announced that Walking Dead crossover with World War Z, which is cool. a great shooter, but like World War Z is kind of a little too much chaos. It's like
Left 4 Dead, just like fast paced chaotic stuff.
But and the cool thing about Walking Dead is the trailers focus on these like really slow shambling.
I'm just moving back a little bit.
Is it too loud? Because I was trying. I'm always quiet.
You're about to eat your mic.
Whenever I'm listening back, I always feel like it's quiet.
I think you're just a narcissist and you want to hear yourself talk.
I think it's because I talk too fast and more gargled. But anyway, that was. I guess I'll say Resident Evil Requiem. That was noteworthy, but I wasn't that thrilled with it. Just that's okay. It's kind of cool.
I should have kept a list of the things I talked about because
I had one on my phone, but it's over there recording.
Good, he can't look at his phone. I was looking at mine to see if we had any podcast questions. I totally forgot if we recovered those last time, but we didn't have.
I'll check out my brick hammer.
We don't have any podcast questions for this episode, so we can not have to worry about that section of the podcast. Another this one probably wasn't in the same order as my list, but like this one was something I totally I kind of expected it, but didn't really expect it at the time because David Harbour came out and I was like, oh, what's he announcing? And I didn't realize at the time, but he was wearing an Imperium shirt underneath he was wearing like a blazer or something or a jacket. And underneath he had a t-shirt with an Imperium logo. And I noticed that right when he said, like he's a big fan of the setting, but he announced Total War Warhammer 40K, which is pretty awesome. Anybody who's played the Total War games, they're like mass combat strategy war games. Total War Warhammer was their fantasy game, and I think they had three like in the library because each one was basically new factions added to the game because there's so many factions in Warhammer. But there was Total War Warhammer 1, 2, and 3, and I think 3 was the one when that came out I played that a lot, and that's one of those games where I would sit down on my computer and I would play it like. And the whole day would go by, and I didn't realize it. I was like, "Oh my god, the day's over." It just hours got sucked away because that game's one of those games where it's like one more turn. I'm going to do one more turn, and you're managing this campaign map, playing battles. Really awesome game. And somebody in our Discord pointed out something I missed, where Total War Warhammer 40K is going to be their first Total War game on consoles, which is very interesting to me because I play mostly consoles these days. I don't play a lot of games on my computer. But that game in particular seems like it's kind of required for mouse and keyboard. So I'm really wondering how the controller support is going to work. The only game that I can think of recently that I played on console that was like a real-time strategy style game was that Warhammer Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin. And it was... I don't like Age of Sigmar that much. Like, there's some things I like about it, but it's nothing to me compared to the old world. The old world is really special to me. But the Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin was not very good. I don't think it got very good reviews. I didn't enjoy it that much. I only played it for like half an hour, I think. But the controls were okay. I'm just kind of curious how like these big, strategy. That's some loud typing you got going on there. Is that important?
I'm putting a call out for questions, for podcast questions. Doing live questions, live Q&A.
So if you're free on this Friday,
I doubt we'll get any, but I might as well put them out there just in case.
But yeah. Anyway, Total War Warhammer 40K. That was an awesome announcement. Very exciting for me. That really stood out as a pretty big moment. I also watched some like developer roundtable videos, talking about the game. They have like 4 factions at launch. They're going to have Space Marines, Astra Militarum, Orcs, and Aldari. And they all play very differently, apparently.
And they're going to be printing money with expansions because they did with like don't they do paid expansions for?
Yeah, they do. They do expansion, but they also do DLC for like not just faction packs, but like general packs. So you can get like a new general, and it has maybe a couple new units or something. Maybe a new campaign. That game,
I forgot that I had Discord on here. I could check it on here.
Yeah, but then you might mess up your recording.
Yeah. We got a question.
The cool thing about Total War 2 is it has co-op play, but I think we talked about this at length on the Lost episode.
Yeah, the one that you don't have to mention because it doesn't exist anymore.
But it's cool that it's there, but it's like one of those games where you have to I watch streamers play it, and it's kind of entertaining to watch people who like know the game really well and coordinate and stuff. But in that game, turns are pretty long. As your army grows, your turn gets longer, and you have to wait for everybody's turn. It's like asynchronous turns.
Seems like you just collaborate like together on a faction. Like if you're playing,
I think you can.
If you're playing Astra Militarum, you just assign me the Rattling Snipers and like maybe some jungle fighters.
You can do that in battles. Like in the battles, you actually assign units, which is pretty cool. Because if you're playing, like if we're playing a co-op campaign and I'm playing as the Empire and he's playing as the Wood Elves, and my Empire gets in a battle with Chaos, I can play that battle out, and I can assign Brady some of my units to play out the battle. It's pretty fun. And you can also play the same faction. Like I can play Empire with some general, and you can play a different general, and we're both Empire. But anyway, it'd be fun to play Total War Warhammer co-op. But Brady would have to have the patience for it. I don't think he.
I don't love it. Like
he doesn't have the patience for.
I love the concept of that game, but like I think the reason you probably got so into it is because you approached it yourself, you learned all the intricacies. And you weren't like some.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, someone wasn't throwing them all at you. So like it's
the same way I feel with like Blood Bowl. Like I would love to play Blood Bowl more with you, but I know that you play it because it's something to play. But it's not like something you like think about on the outside of the game or like read the rules and stuff like that. Like I do, so I kind of get really into it.
For some reason, it's weird because I love the old world. I'm a fantasy nut, but for some reason, I feel like when 40K comes out. Because it's like, I'm going to be approaching it when it's brand new. I might have a little more patience and I might like actually get into it. We'll see. Because I mean,
maybe it plays more like lighter with
the fact that it's
console.
The fact that it's on console, yeah, that's a huge plus. Because I just don't like playing. I don't like mouse and keyboard computer games much anymore. I just don't do that.
But the entire time you'll play, if they don't have rattlings, you'll just be talking about they don't have rattlings.
That's something to talk about. I'm filling content. I'm giving you content, baby. I'm excited about that. Anything 40K, I'll take a look at. So
yep, that was my other exciting element. I have one more I think of, but do you have one?
I'm going to take it because it is Lords of the Fallen 2. That's
actually I forgot about that.
I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot of release.
That is one I'm definitely excited about too.
So they've been talking about that. This is not like a huge reveal because they've been talking about it so much. And I do I follow their developer like. They have a podcast or something where they kind of just do developer diaries essentially. And the guy from the Pirates of the Caribbean, one of the guys that works there, he looks like Johnny Depp. He's always got like super long hair and eyeshadow and tons of rings on. He's really
lots of rings, huh?
Lots of rings. Yeah, I have some. Mine aren't as flamboyant. I'm cheap. But yeah, that game is going to be incredible. I don't have much to say about it besides the fact that I'm stoked for it. I loved Lords of the Fallen. Wait, this is 2, right?
Lords of the Fallen 2, yes.
I keep wanting to say 3 because they did that re-release, and I keep thinking that re-release, like the update they did was 2. But yeah, this is Lords of the Fallen 2. Incredible game. My other minor shout out, I'm guessing you probably weren't going to say this one either, but Mega Man 8 coming out.
I forgot about that as well. Like, again, I'm definitely excited about that.
I was listening to the Xbox podcast, and the host was like, and then like people seem to care about Mega Man 8. I didn't do anything for me, blah, blah. It's like, that's so weird.
Mega Man 8?
Is that what it's called? Mega Man 8? Mega Man over?
The new one? Is dual drive or something.
Why is the 8th one like the 8th mainline one? Like, I don't know. Because
Mega Man 11 came out like a few years ago.
Why did I keep saying 8?
Not like,
was there something else that was 8? Mega Man 8. I don't know why I'm thinking Mega Man 8 for some reason.
I don't know.
That was a brain fart on my part.
I found it kind of strange because they were hyping this announcement like it was something that hadn't been around for decades, and they were bringing it back. I was, they saw like this little cinematic of like a ship or something with these doors going down a hallway of a ship, and I was like, oh man, they're going to bring back Star Fox because that'd be amazing. But it was Mega Man, which I love Mega Man. I grew up playing Mega Man 2 through 6 like throughout my whole childhood. I still play that game every now and then. I pull up my Switch and I play through Mega Man 2. Probably one of my favorites. But back in, I think it was 2016 or something, 2019. I don't know when it was, but Mega Man 11 came out on the Switch, and that game is awesome. And so I was kind of surprised that they were like, oh, we're bringing him back. But I was like, I didn't know he went away. But I think Brady said Capcom was pushing to make like
there's all these
like a mainline.
Yeah, there's all these rumors about them wanting Mega Man to be their big new franchise. They said there was like a quote saying they want to push Mega Man to be more like Resident Evil or something. And it's
I'd be all for it.
I feel like they don't do that for Resident Evil though.
Well, I don't know. Their Resident Evil games are too big. They don't do enough smaller Resident Evil games.
Yeah, I'm curious what that Resident Evil. They're doing like a Resident Evil. What do you call that? Like a
anthology?
No, like an event. Like they're doing
retrospective.
No, it's like an event. like they do they do reveals and stuff. It's like just a celebration event or something. I forget what they call it, but they're doing one of those.
You keep saying like an event, but you just meant event.
Well, I know, but there's a term like I don't know. There's a term for
like
it.
An event.
Like an online event, but it'll be like in early 2026. I made the mistake of checking the listener questions, and Ellie sent me the final cover art.
You don't have to talk about it now.
I'm not talking about it now, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, I know.
And I want to give her notes as soon as possible because it's
well, you can wait.
So sorry, Ellie, you hit me at the wrong time. But it looks great.
The last thing that I was going to mention about the Video Game Awards that I saw that was super exciting. Well, besides, were you done talking about Lords of the Fallen 2? Because you kind of just mentioned it.
Yeah, like I said, there wasn't much to add except for like it looks great. Like it just.
Well, if nobody's played Lords of the Fallen, the first game, it's kind of like Elden Ring.
Yeah, it's very much like a Souls-like, they call it, Souls-like game.
And I remember playing it, the first time I played it single player. I was like, oh, there's co-op, but it was kind of like Elden Ring co-op where you just call somebody into the game and they just help you and then they leave. But
it was a little better because you could have more control about like who came and all that, but you still couldn't progress. I couldn't progress.
Yeah, he couldn't join my game, and then his game would basically still be the beginning. Like it would progress his game. But they did an update, like a multiplayer update. They made it so it was more of a shared progression. So Brady and I played through the entire game multiplayer on your co-op, whatever, and it was really awesome. Like I think
a great game.
We played through it. I was playing like an Assyrian priest or whatever that term is. But after playing through it, I unlocked a whole new class, which was cool.
I haven't
played it since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very cool game.
I think we talked about like in depth about Lords of the Fallen back when we were playing it. Like it might have been before we launched this podcast. It might have been our old joint operations podcast. But there was that whole thing in the game, which we talked about before. I don't want to harp on it too much, but we kind of have a shared dislike about the two world aspects. Where like like Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past for SNES, you had the Shadow World. You had to like do things in the regular world, and you'd like warp over to the Shadow World and do other things. And the I think the Zelda Game Boy game I was playing had that kind of similar thing as well. And I don't like that because it's like it almost doubles up the upkeep of certain things. I mean, it's always fun to have more exploration, but when you're kind of re-exploring the same areas under a different light, I don't really enjoy that.
Yeah,
I think Lords of the Fallen is a little better just because it has the theme fits so well because you're pulling back that veil of the.
It's kind of interesting because it's been a while since we played, but from what I remember, the Umbral, which is the other world, is kind of like the underworld. So if you die, you get knocked into the Umbral, right? and then if you die in the Umbral, you die.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
So you could travel the Umbral to like get past certain puzzles, but there is a risk because there's more enemies spawn there, and if you get knocked out, then you're dead. Like you don't have an extra padding of getting knocked down. Kind of like Mario, where you have a mushroom and you shrink down, or you
just like Mario,
exactly like Mario
Just like
Brothers.
Mario.
I mean, they copied off. They pretty much stole, ripped off Mario Brothers. The other thing that I saw at the Video Game Awards,
Bradley the Badger.
No, that was an interesting game. But now you just totally made me forget what I was gonna say. Larian Studios had a reveal. The studio who did Baldur's Gate 3 and also the previous Divinity Original Sin games 1 and 2. They had this trailer for this really awesome cinematic teaser for their new game, Divinity, which is assuming Divinity 3. And they've since release, they've confirmed it's going to be a turn-based RPG. And I'm pretty excited because I thought Divinity 2 Original Sin was really awesome. My wife and I played through it quite a bit. We got to like the very last chapter or whatever, but we never finished it, and then we never went back because we forgot the story and stuff. But anyway, awesome game. If you like Baldur's Gate 3, it's it's very much like that, but it's not tied to the D&D rule set.
There's no halflings. There's no halflings or gnomes. So
their elves are like cannibals. They eat
I don't know
people.
I don't remember. I don't know much about because was Divinity Original Sin the first one? Was that pretty popular? Was it only like 2 that became
two was popular. Building off of the popularity of the first one, but it was just more popular. It was also, as games progress, obviously they get better. What?
It's a cat.
Is he actually?
He's halfway. He's halfway in
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about
decision.
But yeah, the trailer looked awesome. Really dark and gory and pretty brutal trailer. But I'm excited about that game. Sure.
I'm a mixed bag when it comes to what do they call it? They call them CRPGs,
computer role playing games.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I want because when I was in high school, maybe that's when I first got Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Amn or whatever it was, and I was fascinated by it. I didn't know what D&D was at all because I was a console guy, never played too many like in-depth tabletop games. We had played Hero Quest, but I didn't even know the association with like Dungeons and Dragons because I was just very loosely familiar with that term. But for some reason I got really into Baldur's Gate 2. So like I have a background in it, but even playing Baldur's Gate 3, it's fantastic. I appreciate how deep that game is, how compelling it is. I just don't have the patience for it, I think. I just, like I've talked about it before, I read a lot of books. I write a lot of books. I don't really want to do that when I'm playing games. So I don't need all that story narrative to go through. Some action.
My wife and I played through Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if we beat it. I know I played through the entire game myself and beat it, and I really enjoyed it. Baldur's Gate 3 is a fantastic game. And I was super excited about it. It was going to be cooperative. But I've learned, I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or whatever, but like it's really hard for me to play those games cooperatively. Not because I don't have the patience, but I always feel like somebody that I'm playing with is bored. Like I don't know how much dialogue they can stand or whatever. And like, for example, my wife, when she plays games like this, she wants to talk to every single NPC and listen to every single option. And I've seen her play by herself, and she'll even like go through conversation, save the game, and then go back and play it again and go through other options just to see all the different options. And I think that's crazy. I would never want to do that, but she enjoys it. And so it's hard for us to play together for those kind of games because we just have different levels of what we want out of the game. I like the combat and the adventure exploration, and I like a little bit of story, but I don't want to sit there and just talk to I don't want to experience every single thing the game has to offer.
Yeah.
So,
and like even outside of the narrative and like story stuff, I wouldn't want to like go through every single corner of a world, like because I've had trouble like 100% in games when you like try to get all those achievements. I just usually want to get through like the main experience, and then if it's a game that's a very repeatable. Like for example, I'll give you an example. Blaster Master Zero has that trilogy of games, 1, 2, and Blaster Master Zero and Blaster Master Zero 2, Blaster Master Zero 3. They're just based on the old Blaster Master game, which is one of my favorites. But I'll play through those, like I'll repeat those games over and over again. But I never really want to go through like all the different achievements of clearing all these different things. Just I don't want to dig that deep into stuff. I just want to go through the core experience, and it's not playing through the story necessarily. More just like beating the game, quote unquote, beating the game.
Yeah, I mean,
credits.
I don't play through a lot of games like story games multiple times, but I always still have that mentality where like, oh, I want to leave something for next time I play it, because I grew up that way. I replayed games all the time as a kid, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much for me. The Game Awards.
I didn't need my third.
What's yours?
You
crammed Mega Man and
it was an honorable mention, because I just wanted to point out how cool it is that not only are they doing a new Lara Croft game, a new Tomb Raider game. So I was playing there was like the Lara Croft trilogy they did, like the newer Tomb Raider trilogy. All awesome games, loved them. I played them on Game Pass recently. I was kind of late coming to them, but really fun. Love the exploration on those games and the puzzle solving. They're doing a new one, but they're also doing I think it was the first game, but they're calling it like the Atlantis something, which the first game didn't have like a subtitle, but they're remastering that. So that's pretty cool, because like I love bringing those old experiences back into like these new engines, because the new engines are so much better, obviously.
Was that the game on the original PlayStation that we played where we just swan dived off the balcony over and over again, like in our mansion?
Yeah, there was like the I think it's like a training thing where you like kind of go into a pool and stuff. But yeah,
you just win the mansion. We just swan dived. I don't even know how the proper way to say that.
Post in the comments. What do you think?
You're just diving off the balcony just to see her crumple up on the floor.
the crumpling. There was another game. I mean, the crumpling was pretty good in that game for the time, but there was a game that did that even better. The whole crumpling when you're diving off. I might be thinking of GTA Online or something, when you like go limp and you fall over something. But
yeah, what was that game where we were playing with? I think it was with Justin Mitchell, where you just, when you run, you dove and your guy just went like a rat.
Yeah, that was GTA Online.
Was it?
Like for some reason, like if you punch in midair, like if you're running and you jump and you hit the punch button in midair, you just go limp. And it's like a headbutt, like a flying headbutt. I don't know why they did that, but it's like if you ever want to go limp in GTA Online, just run, jump, and hit the attack button.
Maybe I was also thinking of the way it does it in Call of Duty, like when you do like a run and go prone or whatever. Like there was some weird ragdoll effect.
There is that too, yeah.
But anyway, that's the Video Game Awards. That kind of, I mean, that might trail into like video game stuff in general, but like honestly, most of my video game time lately has been playing Diablo. Like I've been playing Diablo 4, the season 11 that just launched, right at the night of the Video Game Awards. I've been playing that. I've been taking this time playing the season, but I've also been, when nobody else is online, I've been playing through the original campaign with a paladin, because I always said, like, when the paladin comes out, I want to play this game all the way through the story as a paladin, because that's the way I want to play the game. And it's cool because I haven't played the campaign since the game came out, so I kind of forgot some of the stuff. It's a nice little reminder of the story for April when the expansion comes out and they continue the story with Mephisto and everything. So,
I mean, I've been playing Diablo 4 as well, because that's either we're playing Helldivers or we're playing Marvel Rivals, or now we're playing Diablo. It's kind of like my morning routine is playing whatever Adam's playing, because I don't really have like something go to on Xbox. I just like playing multiplayer games, so I'll just play whatever he's playing. I don't love Diablo 4 as much as you, I think, but I still enjoy. I really like a game you can hop in and it's kind of just casual, and it's like this big robust fantasy world, but I can just like say, hey, let's go to this dungeon. I have this key for this dungeon. Let's go do this nightmare dungeon. I like that kind of gameplay loop, but I don't have much I want to do in Diablo 4. Like I don't have much I want to chase. I don't really feel like I'm wanting to excel at things as much as you do, but I still have fun with it.
I think that I like the paladin more than I like the game itself, but I do enjoy the game.
Yeah, I love the rogue. I just, whenever I play the game, I just wish it was like a third person game. I just want to be zoomed in more. I'll be more. See,
that doesn't bother me at all, but I know that the expansion is going to expand the end game.
Whoa.
It's going to.
Whoa, wait. The expansion is going to
enhance the end game. It's going to be like they let you like have this war plan where you can kind of plan out what you want to do in the end game. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to change things. I do really like in right now in Diablo 4 the layer bosses. Like there's these big powerful bosses that in the torment difficulty of the game where you can kind of target farm unique gear from these different bosses like Varshan and Lord Zir and all this stuff, and you have to have these keys, like these boss resources, to open their chests. So you kill Varshan, and if you have 12 malignant hearts, you can open his chest to get the gear. Those fights are fun. I like doing those fights.
That's the kind of gameplay loop I want to create for a tabletop game, because like it kind of reminds me of what I liked about what was that game? Kingdom Death Monster.
Kingdom Death.
Yeah, where you do the hunt, but like that game was like a little too what do you call it? Like like
Random.
well, yeah, it's random. It's random on purpose, but it's kind of like it's a little cumbersome, like to get all that stuff in play because it's like so many component dependent things. But a game that's like as simple as like Mouthlight Adventures, where you just pop it out, but like have that gameplay loop where you can like, let's do this one boss. I want to go fight this one boss because we need that one thing for the other thing we want to do. And
I mean, I love the concept of Monster Hunter. Or not Monster Hunter, sorry, Kingdom Death Monster.
That one too. I like the concept of Monster Hunter, but I hate playing it usually.
I would prefer. I would like a game like Kingdom Death Monster that wasn't like hobby level, where it was like assembling miniatures. Like I just want pre-assembled miniatures. Just pull them out and play. But also like rolling a single D10 on a chart to see what happens, and like I died. Like it's not fun. I mean, I love dice. I like randomness, but I don't like rolling a single die and then you pass or fail or whatever.
That reminds me, when we expand the Mouthlight Adventures, that's like the first thing I want to add to the game is like a kind of push your luck die mechanic where you can like add a special type of dice to your actions, but it might have consequences or something. So that's kind of like a curse thing. It'd be kind of cool. Like just have like, so if you're playing the game and you're rank 1 action and you have no enemies engaged with you, you could like get an extra die to roll 2 dice for something,
we were mentioning this in the Lost episode too, like we were talking about the gameplay. I think it might have been an actual overview after we played through a game. We started talking about how it was inspiring us for expansions. And Mouthlight Adventures, we're super excited about getting this game out there, but we're also, I mean, one of the reasons why is because we have so many ideas about how to expand it into not just more content. Like, yeah, more content's great, but even like turning it into a dungeon crawl. You could take this system and have an expansion where instead of playing 3 different acts, you're just playing one big dungeon. It's like you just crawl through a dungeon, fight the boss, and get that same experience in the same amount of time, but it's a different format. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's the most exciting part about like when a design's working well, especially for this one, because there's so many like independent mechanics to the game that they fit together really nicely. But if you were to remove or replace certain ones, like for example the encounter board, you can remove that and replace it with a dungeon board that's like like Altar Quest, and have a whole game played off using the same rules, because all those things function based on these like anchor mechanisms that don't need the encounter. They just need those like placement anchors. That
did you say mechanism? You meant mechanic?
I meant if I said mechanism, I am so sorry. I don't like the word. I mean, they're both accurate, but I always like mechanic better. I think it's because I listen to so many podcasts and people try really hard to say mechanism instead of mechanic, but it's mechanic
game
for
mechanics.
Me. Anyway, we're gonna push way past our time because I saw a bunch of questions coming in because I made that mistake of asking for questions. And
that was your own fault.
Yeah. And I want to get to
I have been looking at my phone because I keep seeing them and I'm like, oh, we need to budget time for this, but are we just going to go into that now?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about video games more, or we can talk about...
Well, I was going to say it'd be interesting to talk about video games and board games, but I don't really have any specific ones to talk about. So if we have more time, we can. But
I mean,
we'll do some listener questions because Brady brought it up and derailed my thought.
Yeah, well, we could have a whole podcast about that because we got approached about making a video game, like Twin Tails making a video game. So besides the Relic Myers one we talked about, this is somebody who approached us about designing a video game for the company. So that got us thinking about how we grew up with video games, and we were like video game kids, but all of a sudden we, like when we were like in our teens, late teens, early 20s, we became tabletop gamers all of a sudden. So that could be like a whole episode, but now we can just dive into...
I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
I basically we were talking about the artwork for the book 3 of the Mouse Light, which will be on our GameFound, and we have a new cover because our artist who's been doing our item art for the Mouse Light,
she's awesome.
Yeah, she's incredible. So anyone, if you're watching videos of the demo kit, all the item art is done by Ellie Tinbrink, and she's incredible. But I was like, I liked it so much. I'm like, I want you to do a bigger piece, and you know what? Let's redo the cover of book 3. And I'm going to have you do it. And it looks incredible. So we were just giving some final notes on that.
We're trying to hold back from doing redo the cover of the game.
Go for it. Go for it. We can use this for the rule book.
We've been spending a lot of money on art, and our budget is kind of...
She'll do the expansion. She'll do our expansions.
We're at our limit. So
unless you guys get all of your friends to follow the GameFound page so we can launch a huge successful launch day.
Our next game will be hopefully just be all of Ellie's art.
Yeah, I want to have just like one of those, designed by and then like artwork by, and just have her like do all the artwork. She's the artist.
Okay, so Steve from the Co-op Guild in the Discord asks, which metrics or factors do you consider a game to be a success? That's a good question. It's also very like
yeah, because I'm wondering if it's like us judging someone else's game, if that's a success, or just one of ours. Because if it's one of ours, like basically it's like all I care about is it's well received. Like I don't look at like the
well. I mean, first of all, if it's a crowdfunded game, that's a big factor. Like if we just printed a game and put it out there, all we'd care about is if it sold and people liked it.
Yeah, critical reception.
But like if we're doing a crowdfunding thing, obviously funding level is a huge factor, and like backer count. Those are two big factors about like how successful it is, because obviously that's how much money you raise to actually print the thing, and also if any like you have extra content unlocked through stretch goals or whatever, just enhancing your product.
Now it could be asking also just from a design standpoint, like if we're designing a game, at what point do we consider this design a success? And it's like in that
never
yeah, never. Like usually when we're designing, and this might not be what he's asking, but I think it's worthwhile talking about. But when we're designing a game, we can look at this game specifically, like the Malice Light Adventures. When we were designing that, it wasn't until we played through an entire game, like a full game, and we kind of forgot that we were like we're talking about strategy, we're talking about like what items we got and stuff. Like once you kind of forget that you're testing and you just think you're playing the game, that's when you know it's a success.
Yeah, I think just even if it's not a full game, if you're spending part of the game talking about strategizing your turn and like coordinating different things during the game, and having fun, then that's like, you're onto something. You have a game going, it's functioning, you're onto something. So yeah, there's lots of different factors that we can consider for success, and also depending on what we're measuring. Like,
but what it comes down to, I think the easiest answer is there a halfling in the game.
I don't know. I brought this up this morning. I don't understand what your obsession is with
I think it's part of being obnoxious, I think, but also like I tried to go into a big like diatribe about this, but it's like,
isn't it
to
diatribe?
What'd I say?
Diatribe.
I don't know. It's potato, tomato.
Oh, I love tomatoes so much. Pasta. Can I get pasta, no tomatoes?
No tomatoes. But yeah, I think halflings to me represent just like a good swath of diversity in fantasy, because I love seeing a hero lineup and it's like the big hulking warrior, the small little rogue guy. I like the diversity. So, and it's reflected well in Ellie's cover art for the Smoldering Vein, which you'll see soon. So, actually, I bet when this airs, we'll have it posted. We'll have the final art posted.
That's not a question. All right.
Wait, not a question? Post some questions?
Someone posted not a question. Zeke asks, history of Lorengard, please. Although less of a question. Let's get a whole episode. Will you include copies of Lorengard as a funding goal of some kind, or maybe as an optional buy?
Well, you can go listen to Lorengard everywhere.
Yeah, I think that I brought that up because we a lot of our content will feature background music, and we just are using Lorengard because obviously it's our music, and we
own the copyrights. So.
Yeah, we love it, so we'll use it when possible. But that kind of brought up like I think one of the playtesters said, "Oh, great music." It's like, oh yeah, that's this band. We started showing some old pictures of us playing live or whatever in costume.
Yeah, we're so used to people knowing us from Lorengard, because like when we got into game design, there were some people who knew Lorengard because it's a dorky band, and they're also into games and stuff. So like people would know us from that. So it's kind of, it throws us off sometimes when somebody doesn't know Lorengard, because like we always have their music, the music in the background and stuff. So
maybe we will take you up on that, Zeke. We'll do next episode. We'll just talk about our history in music, and and the full story of Lorengard. I don't think we've ever talked about that.
I think I forget if,
because it kind of,
I thought we did have an episode.
It kind of goes into inspiration for Relic Myers and all that stuff. I think we talked about music a little bit in the Joint Operations podcast. So I'm not sure if we like.
I mean, I don't want to save it until our next game, but like I know our next game is going to be heavy into that. So
well, regardless, we'll do a deep dive into Lorengard. Those who aren't familiar, Lorengard is a fantasy themed heavy metal band that actually you can listen to the entire album
Eve of Corruption
on YouTube. I think it's also on.
It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. It's on everything.
So. Yeah. So Lorengard, Lorenguard. It's still something that I enjoy listening to.
It's a great album.
Proud of the music.
There's a book that's actually out there as well. It was my first novel. It was called Eve of Corruption. It was, so the concept of the band was we were all members of the Lorengard in the story, and the story was told over a trilogy of books. The first book was put out with the album, and the album is based on the book. So they're going to be simultaneous releases, but the band only got to the first stage before we kind of stopped playing stuff together. So we got that milestone out there. That first book is okay. The first album's incredible. So it's a good metric.
Yep. And we still talk to two of the members of the band. So it's possible to do something in the future with them. Yeah. But unfortunately, our keyboard player passed away years ago.
Yeah, that was like I keep forgetting it was like 2018
and
or something.
It's strange because even before that, we had a keyboard player before him, and he passed away too. Like both of our keyboard players passed away. It's sad
tragic.
and
way too young,
and weird.
Incredibly way too young.
Yeah.
And they're both incredible musicians.
And Alec was our most recent keyboard player, and he was a prodigy. Like he was
super
just fantastic.
Sweet, yeah.
He was like a
brilliant
engineer,
mechanical
or
medical physicist or something.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
He had a PhD in
physics or engineering,
something physics. I don't know.
Science stuff. But
yeah,
he was
genius.
a really smart guy. Also super sweet.
Yeah, listen to how brilliant he is. The keyboards are incredible on Eva Corruption. So go listen.
Secrets of the Spire is also like the outro of Secrets of the Spire is,
which will be on the trailer. The Secrets of the Spire is featured on the trailer. So
so Lauren Guard, if you are into metal, heavy metal, fantasy themed heavy metal music, check it out. It's not like growly metal. It's more like
it's operatic,
European themed or whatever.
Yeah, way too happy.
European inspired. That was from Zeke, Old School Gamer. Zeke and Old School Gamer are two our VIP playtesters. In reaction to the leaked Avengers Doomsday trailer, I don't think they can recreate the magic of the first decade of the Marvel MCU. Things are just too different now. I did not know that it leaked yet.
Did you see the thing? Apparently, Chris Evans is going to be coming back as Captain America. So.
I'm all for that, man. I love Chris Evans.
Somebody posted that saying, is this disrespectful to Anthony Mackie? It's like
maybe.
I mean, he had a show and he was in a movie. Like he's done fine with the role. But
I mean, you can't just keep playing the same character in Marvel. It's like things change so much and people get older.
Yeah, and no matter how good Anthony Mackie was or is, everyone wants to see Chris Evans back. I mean, he was the original.
He is a very perfect Captain America.
Yeah.
Anyway, I haven't seen it yet.
We'll check it out.
But again, I know the MCU can't be the same. Obviously, I think there is still some good stuff happening. What was the most recent? Was it Fantastic Four? Was the most recent one that we saw?
Did that come out after Thunderbolts?
Yes. I enjoyed it, but it was definitely different. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really give my opinion.
I felt like Fantastic Four
about it.
I felt like Fantastic Four was concise in a good way. Kind of just like it felt like its own thing,
a little story, a side story, whatever. It was also a different universe, different.
What was the show? The Daredevil was pretty good. The show.
Yes,
but there was another. Wasn't there another show since then? I forget. Maybe
I don't think so.
I'm just getting my DC stuff because I'm way more psyched on DC stuff. So
yeah, we've been watching. That was Peacemaker. That was what.
Yeah, Peacemaker was incredible. Superman was incredible. The new Supergirl looks really fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I still love Marvel. But yeah, it's hard to compete with what's like the whole Infinity Saga. Just all those from Iron Man up to Endgame. It's hard to compete with that. I don't think we'll ever see like a movie series that cohesive and so well done in our lifetime. It's just magical. Especially Iron Man. That movie still holds up. Derek, when Malice of Light is successful, how ready are you to expand the game with more heroes and bosses? Sorry if this has been asked yet.
Hasn't been asked yet, but yeah, I'm ever since getting the demo kit. Like usually we're kind of apprehensive about expansion stuff, especially with this one. We launched it with that whole intent of making just a very concise game. So we were like really dead set on making like a very complete experience. Here's a game that you could like put on a mass market shelf, and someone's gonna pick it up and get it for Christmas and be like, yeah, sweet, this game was great.
Yeah, this is something that I felt pretty strongly about, where I really wanted to go back to when we got into games, tabletop gaming, and you just you put a game out. Like it wasn't like these crowdfunding campaigns where you have like 12 boxes and all the expansions all at once, and you get like all this stuff to like sort through and plan out and figure out. You just went and bought a game, and if that game was fun, you would hopefully they expand this, and the expansion comes out. It's like, oh great, another part of this game. But it's just a part of your collection. It's not your whole collection.
Yeah, that being said, like that was kind of like how we approached this project. And then this happens when you get this physical version of it, because a lot of times when you're designing, you'll make like physical prototypes where we've kind of moved past that because we rely heavily on the iterative process of using Tabletop Simulator. So we don't do a lot of physical playing of our games. So when you finally do get a physical version, like this demo kit we got, like it really hammers home like this complete product. So like now that we've played it in the physical form, like all we do is talk about like how we want to expand it, like the different possibilities, and like more content. Like we want to do more heroes, more bosses, and also just more ways to play the game. Like more, I think when we do expand this game, like it'll be a substantial expansion, not just like kind of piecemeal. Here's some more content. It'll be a substantial expansion to the core experience, but with more content for the way you play the game. So it's kind of a best of both worlds. So yeah,
don't promise that.
No, that's what we would look at. So I'm not saying that's because things change. Obviously,
I mean,
you'll follow along with our product planning on this, so you'll see how it changes. But it
also depends on like how this project goes. Is kind of going to be setting the I guess the starting point of how the company does. If the company keeps doing well and people like what we're doing, we can maybe, if we start getting the capital to print things ourselves without going through crowdfunding, we could just print expansions for the game and just do it ourselves and go straight into distribution. That would be awesome.
Yeah, you bought me a Powerball ticket, so if we win the lottery, then
don't tell them they're gonna start playing it too, and then we're gonna have less of a chance.
We'll have less of a chance.
Yeah, I saw that the Powerball's up to like 1.5 billion, and I never play the lottery. I'm like, yeah, I'll pay $20 for a ticket.
Yeah,
I don't care.
When we bought the tickets, and like this is the first time I ever played the lottery. I'm like in my 40s, and I get a ticket, and like I paid $20 for a ticket, and I win like $16. It's like, hey, I lost $4, so I feel like I'm a winner already.
Yeah, and that was only when the Powerball was 1.25. Now it's 1.5. Joyful Jedi asks, how do you incorporate gaming into your holidays with family, if you do so? I would say that we don't.
Well, with immediate family, usually it's kind of like it depends, because Riley and my daughter Riley will play stuff so sporadically. We're either playing video games or playing board games, but like it's not like a traditional thing where it's like, oh, it's Christmas time, let's get together and play games, because we just do it all the time. It always just depends on what mood we're in. But this year, I think I am going to take the Mouse Light Adventures to some family gatherings, not to like make family members play it, but if they want to, great, but more just kind of like show it off, saying here's what we're doing, and but we do play like the game, like the card game, that's a good one to break out, like anything light, something that's not going to pull too much attention away from the get-togethers and stuff. But
yeah, our family, like we go to my mom's house and like that, they're not really big board gamers. They'll play like Uno and stuff, or just like things with the kids. So we don't do a lot of hobby games there, but I'm hoping to play at least one game of Blood Bowl over my holiday break. So yeah, I'm
have to play.
I'll see if Kevin wants to play. Kevin, get your Lizardman ready. Let's play a game.
Splizzard, pronounced Splizzardman.
Splizzardman. So a reclusive mind asks, which one of you will be playing Merlin when it comes to Ravens Watch in January? Good question. It shows that they know us. So
yeah, it was a cool reveal.
It was not a cool reveal.
Well, the actual reveal wasn't very well.
The little 42-second video was cool,
yeah. But yeah, like I think I'm anxious to try them out. But every time we play Ravens Watch, I just want to go back to playing Scarlet. Like I just like playing my tried and true.
Yeah, it's hard for, like Aladdin and the Snow Queen for me are hard to beat. I do kind of like Melusine, the mermaid.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Snow Queen and Aladdin are just really fun to play for me. So
I like Geppetto too, but it just every time we go back to play, I kind of just like get in that whole loop of like just wanting to play my perfect build of Scarlet. And
this is one of the few games where like always in the past, I'm always like, every time I'm playing games like this, I would always just want more characters.
Yeah.
But this game, Ravens Watch, I just want them to do more content.
It's begging for characters though. It's begging for more heroes.
Well, I like the character. Like I like playing Snow Queen. I like playing Aladdin. I just want more stuff to explore.
Could you imagine a game like that though, that was like a League of Legends roster, just like tons of heroes?
Sure. I mean, it'd be awesome. I'd love more heroes, but I think I'm more interested in more content for the game.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to make more maps. Those maps aren't that.
Yeah, especially when they can just swap them out. Like you could have like 3 variants of map 1 and just rotate them randomly, like they do with the bosses and stuff. I love that game. The Ravens Watch is a great game.
Yeah.
Do
we answer the question though? Are you gonna? Is he the first one? I think I'll be the first one to play him.
Yeah, I don't think I will try him maybe, but I'm not. I don't really care.
I might be the first one to try him out.
Derek asks, how hyped are you for Lord of Hatred Beyond the Paladin for Diablo 4?
I'm pretty hyped because I want to see who the other class is.
It's a good question because I'm very hyped about the Paladin, but I think I'm even more hyped about the expansion because they're reworking the skill system, which I feel like is kind of weak right now in Diablo 4, the skill tree system. I don't like how they do builds in the game where you have to, like, if you're wanting to Torment 4 and you push the end game, you have to find like really specific builds that work. And I don't like that because if I'm playing, for example, the Paladin, and I want to play like all the Judicator skills, like I like those. They're very cool and thematic, and I like the way they play. It usually doesn't reward the end game because you're supposed, like, to optimize things, you have to pick and choose different categories of skills. Like I have to get a Disciple skill or a Juggernaut skill that works for this specific build, because the build crafting right now is very weird. Like you have to have very specific combinations of skills to get that the in-game build that you need. So they're reworking the skill system and making it so right now in Diablo 4, your skills all have a certain effect or whatever, but like your gear have the aspects that can change your skills. Like, oh, this fireball now shoots 3 smaller fireballs, and that's cool, but that comes from your gear. It used to be in Diablo 3 that was done in your skill tree system, and they're going back to that where the skill tree is going to modify your skills, at least as far as I'm aware. Last time I listened to them talk at a campfire chat. So that whole thing is pretty exciting for me. I want to see what they do with the skill system. But they're also adding a new area, and like I mentioned before, the end game stuff, they're going to kind of revamp how the end game works, and that's sorely needed in Diablo as well. So I'm super pumped for it. April is actually very soon. It's like, a few months away, so sooner than I expected it to be. So I'm very excited. Personally.
I'm excited for April because I might have my books printed by then and proofed and everything. So.
Yeah, maybe we'll know whether or not this game is successful. So yeah, that's
all the questions.
That's all the questions.
I feel like a supervillain. I feel
over
like
an hour.
I feel like I'm scheming right now. I feel like I'm Findra.
Is his arm like straight limp or something?
No, he's just stretching out. He keeps looking at the camera like he knows he's being filmed right now. So, but yeah, that's an episode, and I'm excited that it's over because I need to go give Ellie her feedback so she can finalize this cover art because it looks great. So yeah, join us next time after the year is up.
Yeah, have a great holiday break. Enjoy any holiday festivities or celebrations you have. And
tell all of your family and all of your loved ones that you're gathering with in the holidays to go follow the Mouse Light Adventures on GameFound. That's going to be their holiday gift to you and to us. That's a good feeling. That's a real good feeling.
Yeah, and get them a copy of the Mouse Light books for Christmas.
Stocking stuffers, man. You can get them if you order them now. You won't get them before Christmas.
They're too late. You're not going to get them.
But maybe you have early birthdays next year for your loved ones. So
all right. So
come adopt a cat. Take this cat out of my house.
We'll see you everybody in 2026.
Goodbye.